Summary of Own Your Past, Change Your Future. A not-so-complicated approach to relationships, mental health, and wellness by John Delony, written and narrated by Janky Mind. Introduction. Embrace Your History. Transform Your Destiny presents a straightforward 5-step blueprint for transcending past wounds, reshaping your mindset and behaviors, and undergoing a process of profound healing. This guide will assist you in processing past grievances, fostering authentic connections, and guiding you towards a journey of holistic well-being. John Delony was convinced that his home was on the brink of collapse. Observing cracks everywhere, he sought opinions from friends and professionals, all of whom reassured him that everything was structurally sound. Despite the assurances from experts, friends, and his spouse, Delony remained steadfast in his belief that something was awry. As it turned out, the cracks weren't confined to his house. They permeated every aspect of his life. A tumultuous haze, as he describes it, obliged to say yes to everything. From board meetings to additional courses and presentations, Delony found himself stretched thin. These metaphorical cracks extended beyond his home to friends' residences and workplace structures, eventually infiltrating his faith, marriage, and various societal spheres. One stormy night at 3:00 a.m., Delony had an epiphany. There were no leaks, and his house wasn't crumbling. Despite having a support network, he felt lost and unsure of his next steps. While everyone's journey is unique, chances are you've encountered your own fissures and traumas at some point. Such is the human experience. Our lives are interconnected through the narratives we weave, and none of us stands alone in our trials. Within the confines of this audiobook, you'll discover how to address past traumas, cultivate meaningful connections, and lead a more fulfilling life. The key lies in revisiting your personal narratives, embarking on a journey of healing, and crafting new stories that will shape the trajectory of your future. All it requires is following a straightforward 5-step process. Step 1. Embrace your narratives. In the vast tapestry of existence, each individual weaves a unique story, their own life narrative. Perhaps you've weathered the storms of neglect, grappled with the pangs of loneliness, or navigated the depths of grief. Alternatively, you might have faced heartbreak, betrayal, physical abuse, or professional setbacks. Your circumstances could have been a product of challenging origins or fortunate beginnings, placing you in what some might label the wrong or right part of the world. Irrespective of the intricate threads comprising your life, it unfolds as a series of past if-onlys, present what-ifs, and potential future unfoldings. At some juncture, you've likely encountered pain, whether mildly or profoundly, perhaps in ways that others struggle to fathom. The inaugural stride toward progress involves acknowledging that your pain is entwined with your personal narratives. Subsequently, it's pivotal to recognize that the remedy to your anguish equally emanates from within these stories. Your narratives serve as the lens through which you comprehend and organize the world, shaping your very experience of it. Consequently, assuming ownership of your stories not only empowers you, but also confers the ability to mold what unfolds next. Drawing inspiration from Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, wherein he asserts, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." The practical application involves introspection. Gazing into the mirror of self-reflection, you confront your stories head-on and unreservedly claim them. This initial step is indispensable for transcending your past and embarking on a journey of healing. Within your life's narrative, 4 distinct types of stories emerge. Firstly, there are the stories inherent to your birth, the cultural backdrop, religious affiliation, family dynamics, and traditions. Second, external voices contribute narratives about your worth, abilities, and value, emanating from parents, teachers, adversaries, allies, and institutions. The third category encompasses stories of actual occurrences, events that shape your reality, such as home ownership, loss, familial additions, or career setbacks. Finally, the narratives you tell yourself, the essence of your self-perception and self-judgment form the fourth type. These stories exert a profound influence on every facet of your being, from your entrance into a room to your choice of attire, mode of transportation, place of residence, and leisure pursuits. Some stories are transient, while others endure. Regardless, it is imperative to take ownership of them and commence the process of crafting new narratives. To initiate this transformative journey, grab a notebook and systematically question yourself about each of the four story types, especially in domains like relationships, marriage, parenting, family dynamics, and digital interactions. Recognize the inherent diversity in everyone's stories, each a unique composition. Analogously, consider your stories as bricks carried in a metaphorical rucksack. Whether you were born burdened with a load or acquired additional bricks along life's path, the need to unpack and address these narratives is unequivocal. Engage in the act of continuous storytelling, documenting, and claiming your narratives to forge a path forward. Step 2. Embrace your reality. Now that you've taken ownership of your stories, the subsequent stride is to confront and acknowledge your present reality. Engage in a candid evaluation of how your current circumstances align with the aspirations you once harbored for your life. Confront the unvarnished truth about your relationships and the decisions you've made. Stare unwaveringly at the reality of your partner, your children, and the intricacies of your own upbringing. This introspective process is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage and an unflinching commitment to honesty. Prepare for discomfort. Expect it to sting. You may discover a need for grieving, prompted by the stark contrast between the life you envisioned and the one you find yourself living. Grief manifests in myriad forms, each valid in its own right. It might be fleeting, like the disappointment stemming from being unable to accompany your child to school on their first day due to the constraints of the COVID-19 pandemic. Conversely, grief may endure a lifetime, particularly in the aftermath of losing a beloved individual. Regardless of its origin, grief is a crucial aspect of the human experience. It serves as a vessel for acknowledging the losses endured and provides a conduit for healing and forward momentum. Grief also serves as a vehicle for recognizing that there is no returning to a pre-existing normal. The past cannot be resurrected. Instead, the path forward involves crafting a new narrative. Just as the Twin Towers vanished after 9/11, leaving behind only images and recollections, something novel and resilient had to emerge. Similarly, your new stories will reshape your life. It's not about reclaiming what once was. It's about navigating what lies ahead, a future that is inherently different, with the emphasis on what comes next. Step 3. Cultivate connections. In the pursuit of healing and well-being, the third pivotal step is forging connections. It might cross your mind that you manage just fine in solitude, but the truth is, life is inherently communal. Human connection is a fundamental need. We are, after all, social beings yearning for closeness. While past hurts and the comfort of solitude may have played a role in your life, the path to healing necessitates reconnection. This involves reaching out to friends, family, colleagues, church members, anyone with whom a meaningful connection can be established. In today's fast-paced world, this may seem daunting or even impossible, but it's not. Certain relationships are thrust upon us. Relatives, in-laws, co-workers, neighbors, or your child's teacher, for example. Yet, it's entirely possible for these connections to evolve into friendships. Defining friendship, however, can be clarified by asking 4 essential questions. Firstly, can you share the joys and successes in your life with them? A true friend celebrates your milestones and achievements. If they lack interest, they may not be genuine friends. Secondly, can you confide in them during challenging times? True friends hold you accountable for your actions and offer support during adversity. Trustworthiness is paramount. Thirdly, can you open up about your darkest moments and painful memories? A friend listens without resorting to cliches or unsolicited advice, demonstrating genuine care. The fourth question is crucial. Will they show up? Genuine friends are there in emergencies, assisting with tasks like moving, airport drops, or even spontaneous adventures. To cultivate such authentic connections, consider these 6 approaches. 1. Make it a priority. Decide to invest time and effort in building connections. 2. Seek shared experiences. Participate in classes, join teams, engage in activities that foster shared memories. 3. Take the initiative. Invite people over and express your desire for genuine friendship, despite any initial awkwardness. 4. Embrace opportunities. Always say yes to invitations and adventures, creating shared experiences. 5. Expand your horizons. Step out of your comfort zone and be where people gather. 6. Serve others. Volunteer and make a difference using your skills and talents, inviting others to join you in these meaningful activities. Step 4. Transform your thinking. Having embarked on the journey of owning your stories, acknowledging your reality, and cultivating connections, the next frontier is to reshape your thoughts. What does that entail? Consider those ceaseless internal voices that comment, pass judgment, and weigh in on your every action. We all grapple with these inner dialogues incessantly. While you may not be able to silence them entirely, you possess the power to influence and control them. Take a moment to experiment. Close your eyes and visualize a purple elephant adorned with a yellow hat. Is the elephant sitting or standing in your mental image? The specifics don't matter, but the exercise highlights the extent of your control over your thoughts. Regardless of the thoughts that enter your mind, whether they revolve around global conflicts, climate concerns, financial troubles, matters of faith, or anything else, you wield the power to choose whether to dwell on these thoughts or release them. Exercise discernment in deciding which thoughts to entertain. Be mindful of the media you consume. While it's crucial to acknowledge the harsh realities of the world, resist the temptation of endless doom scrolling. Instead, immerse yourself in uplifting music, films, series, and literature. Intentionality is key. Scrutinize your thoughts and inquire, does this align with the person I aspire to become? If not, relinquish those thoughts. Embrace the prospect of possibility and opportunity. Refuse to harbor negative thoughts. Weed them out and deny them room to flourish. It's a gradual process, but with daily practice, you'll gain mastery over it. Similarly, welcome positive thoughts and nurture them. To enhance your control over thoughts, engage in a simple yet impactful exercise. Write them down. Keep a small notebook and make it a daily practice. Observe the correlation between your thoughts and your personal narratives. Documenting your thoughts empowers you to exert greater control over them. Consider your emotions as well. Evaluate the authenticity of your thoughts. Seek evidence to substantiate or debunk them. Dismiss falsehoods and confront truths. Seize command of your thoughts through this intentional and empowering practice. Step 5. Transform your deeds. Welcome to the 5th and final frontier, changing your actions. This can be a formidable challenge because your brain gravitates toward the familiar, deeming it safe. This inclination often leads to the repetition of familiar patterns unless intentional change is initiated. Ditch the excuses that have become second nature, whether it's "I'm not an exercise person" or "I've never been a reader." Regardless of your age, financial status, or any other perceived barrier, you're never too anything to take action. Recognize that even inaction is a form of action, and assess whether it propels you closer or further from the person you aspire to be. Embrace discipline, and make a resolute decision without allowing excuses to hinder your progress. Begin by taking stock of your current actions. Conduct an inventory that encompasses how you care for your body, your interactions with healthcare professionals, sleep habits, familial connections, friendships, community engagement, work satisfaction, financial well-being, faith, home environment, and your treatment of others. Once you have this comprehensive snapshot, scrutinize the alignment between your present self and the person you aspire to become. Define the identity of this desired individual and outline the actions required to bridge the gap. For instance, if dissatisfaction looms over your job, contemplate the steps necessary to secure a new one. Celebrate little wins, small victories that propel you toward your envisioned identity. If punctuality is a concern, implement actions to consistently arrive on time, such as using a watch, planning ahead, and organizing your work attire the night before. Consider delaying engagement with social media until later in the day to reclaim precious morning time. Evaluate the effectiveness of your actions regularly. Identify which new behaviors contribute to the realization of your desired self, and consider abandoning or replacing existing habits. Embrace the power of small steps. They pave the way forward. Persistently apply these 5 steps and witness the ongoing journey of healing and improvement unfold before you. Summary: those 5 steps may sound straightforward, but embarking on this path is no walk in the park. It requires resilience and a steadfast commitment. Many may hesitate to set foot on this transformative journey, and some who do may falter along the way. However, for those who muster the courage to tread this path, life-altering change awaits. Summon your inner strength. You've got this. Commence this journey now, for it holds the potential to reshape your life in ways you may have never thought possible. The power to regain control of your past and script your future lies within your grasp. Take that first step and let the transformative process unfold. This audiobook summary was brought to you by Janky Mind. We hope you enjoyed it.